morning, beautiful people, and welcome to gorgeous Barbados. It is a stunning pre-dawn and sunrise coming our way. It looks like the cloud formation. It should be quite spectacular. We want to start early this morning, so those that are up can enjoy this pre-dawn with us. We will be waiting a few more minutes before we actually get into our walk-in. We'd like to start serenity prayer at this time. Those who'd like to join us, please do us a prayer for calming, peace, direction, and for comfort for sure. Please join us if you'd like. I'll be back in a couple of seconds. After our serenity prayer, we will take a little break when the sun come up. Just for those that are on early this morning, you can enjoy the serenity and peace with us. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to confidence. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. 𝗃𝗍 was here this morning so she could do her photography, but she's still under house arrest, although she has her phone, so maybe she'll take a picture of the screen. That's what happens when you misbehave. You know, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. A stunning sunrise. As I said before, I doubt you all will see it in the resolution that's necessary to see those bands and all the sunrises. But hopefully you all will get understanding of this serenity experience right now. This wind may be a bit strong. This far out, you really have to go with where you are because there's no options to turn around anywhere else. So deal with that this morning. Standing upon beautiful, rustic and rough areas. Absolutely stunning, natural beauty beyond words. ball of light that is absolutely breathtaking. Hopefully one of these days you will join us out here if you have not done so yourself and experience what this is like, watching the sun start to come on. Pre-dawn that I was up here in this morning was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning up here. For those of you who are not familiar, we're on the east coast of the island. We're going to turn in a minute. I'm sure that Brother Malcolm has already said where we are because he seems to have a GPS system. So he's probably mentioned where we are. He has a wealth of information, knowledge. Like me, he has grown up on the coastlines and in the water as well. So most of these places he has been himself. But what a beautiful morning. The glows that are coming across this water are just absolutely breathtaking this morning. Alright, so let's give you a little more in depth to where we are. We are in Smiton'sBay, or we're just to the east or south of east of Smiton'sBay itself. That's just a mobile. Unfortunately, between here and 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗲, it goes into a blackout system. The signal, right now we're going through an area in a couple of seconds. It's going to give us a dip where we may lose some signal or lose the quality, but we then pick back up a very strong signal in a couple of seconds. But I want to come up here and show you a little more of the natural beauty from where the signal was saying stop. So hopefully that was not a bad decision. Beautiful, beautiful cliffs along here now. As you all will all know, the rocks in Bathsheba and stuff were originally above water, or they had land between the rocks and the actual shore. However, over the years, the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗏 has been eaten out the normal train lines where you've seen the erosion and stuff. You can see this little one here. They're just literally balancing on a little piece, a little small slither of coral. Now, a lot of the rocks along the Joes River area and other sections of this coastline happen here like this here. However, over the years, as the matter has been eaten out and those sections get weak and vulnerable to the overall weight, they drop off. So you will notice a lot of difference between, say, 30, 40, even 50 years ago along this coastline. Those who remember it from those times, remember how many musical shows as children we had and how the coastline is actually different. You can also see the other coral heads around here as well, and you can also see the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 that we talk about, the section of the coastline, very vulnerable to the conditions. It's made up mainly of loose rock, and also they have some slate, they also have some clay and mud and silt all along the section. Not very strong at all, hence you will notice all this coastline area have rocks all over the beaches. That's because the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 has been eaten out, the rocks are embedded in these cliff areas and drop into the water. I'll show you a couple of things as we go across our interest. One is cloud formation. You'll also see right now how many browns and greens there are. As the sun starts to come up, all the lighting, those shadows will start to disappear, and you will see the true beauty of this coastline. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to give you a silent 360 here. A circle of love. It will do it in silence. I see a lot of people battering me about so much night birds and keeping quiet, etc. This is the Virgin Warrior. By now you're accustomed. You know how to talk because I love myself and I love to hear myself. Anyhow, here we go. Circle of love. Good morning to each and every one of you. Just beautiful. Now I can't help the wind, so you could say windy all morning and you could tell me how windy it is, but this is how it is. If you want to stay on the west coast or the south coast and not see this beauty because of wind, well, go to another channel. We're coming over here, we'll be showing Barbados the beauty of it. And the natural way it is. So today is supposed to be predicted to be a light day. It actually is light winds at the moment. Before we move from here though, I'd like to point out to you a couple of things. The furthest landmass you can see there is that we call Savannah. That's just to the east of the fishing village up there known as 𝗃𝗹𝗃𝗲 Bay. Just beyond us here, you will also come back and blur off the vision. Because you all know 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗲 already. Just to the west of us here now, we can start to look up actually the west, southwest of here. We can look up at a place called Monkey Jump. That's in the centre of the camera now. That is the second 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗲 Cliff. The two 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Cliffs. There's one by Malvern, and then that's the other one that you may go on if you go on a safari tour in Barbados. Up there you see the casuarinas. That would be dead centre of the camera now. That's called Monkey Jump up there. And then the rest of the ridge going across here is also known as 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Cliff as well. However, the one that has been commercially used is the one by Malvern Plantation itself. That is out by Peg Farm. Alright, so we're going to make our way across here, but before we do, I want to point out a couple of dangers and stuff that we are going to be taking in and that you will take in if you do the venture in these areas. All the soil where I'm standing right now is very, very soft between the coral heads. So it will tell you that these areas are pretty vulnerable. So when you are coming out here, please exercise extreme caution. You will see how this part here is already gone. There are lots of holes I'll be showing you in a couple of minutes to show you why you must keep your eyes on where you're walking and not just on the scenery when you're in Barbados. You can see this is not the kind of place you want to go down this morning, obviously. So this comes, the beauty out here comes with its thorns just like those fish. So we're going to point them out to you as we go. Another thing is I want to mention is this is a quite isolated and secluded area. So if you're coming out here and you are walking with a group, fine. I wouldn't recommend walking out here by yourselves unless you feel comfortable. The feeling of comfort is something I go by. If you feel a little bit strange, you hear the back of my neck starts to tingle or something like that, they're the signs to me just to be awesome. Be careful. Beautiful, beautiful, but look at the fall off sections over here. Now we're skirting on an outer ridge here. There's a path, the actual hiker's path runs just to the inside of us along this bush area. However, it is below a mound and therefore we lose all the signal. We have done some vlogs here in the past and had some terrible signals and had a lot of interruptions, so hopefully that will not happen today. But I just want to show you this beautiful nature of Barbados so that you can enjoy it as well. Walk a little bit further, not a little bit, we're going to walk quite a bit, but what I'll do is I will keep quiet. Yes, I will try. I can't guarantee, remember there are no guarantees out here, plans are subject to change without notice, but I will walk a little bit and then I'll point out something to you a little further on, but just let you hear the breezes, hear the waves and experience the dogs in the background waking up and the actual surrounding neighbourhood begin to come awake this morning. Here we go. One of the areas that was mentioned to you. If you are not realizing this and there's any more grass that grows over, remember in dry season so a lot of grass has come back, but a lot of this section here would be sheltered by grass that you may not see. So when you're walking along the cliff lines in Barbados, please exercise absolute caution. Actually anywhere in Barbados, if you're doing anything off-route, exercise caution, but especially on the cliffs because all of the erosion and stuff is happening. If this was down the western or down the northern side, this may have been a blowhole. But with the outer shell of reef that it has here, shelf or reef it has, we don't get much water coming up through here, but you can see this is laying here waiting on you if you are not cautious. So please be cautious, exercise absolute caution. I'm going to take you on a little point here as well. Again, soil underfoot, very soft. So there's a lot of map over here as well, but I'm sure the low high reef now, I know it's windy, so this water. Try to go across that section earlier on when you all were experiencing the sunrise and stuff to see if it was makeable with a track up there, because the signal that we're getting right now is off a cell tower possibly in 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 or along that area. There are a lot of towers on top of the cliff, but as soon as we go in the next pocket that we're going to go into, the signal strength dip, so we're not staying too long in that area. We will walk through there now and then we'll start. This is part of the train line. I would recommend a hike definitely from Bath down towards say 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and into Belle-Plaine area as being the ultimate hiking section. There are other routes as well to like through the St. Philip area and stuff. However, I would definitely say it's the more scenic and beautiful sections for sure. Remember, if you're coming out here, bring adequate water. If you're not going early in the morning or late in the afternoon, if you're doing a long hike, bring lots of water. Although there are a few standpipes en route, you're going to want to have some kind of liquid with you, because out here it gets extremely hot and very, very dry later on in the day. So the conditions right now are cool and comfortable. However, later in the day that will absolutely change. Got a few rays of promises of hope of another day, so we're just going to come out here and see the sun for the last little bit, because we're going to start going behind some areas that's going to smooth that for us. If you have not, right, we haven't talked too much this area, because I want you all to hear me. If you all don't want to hear me, put your fingers in the air, but I'm going to keep quiet in this section here because we are going to go to this. This is the type of foundation you'll find for the hiker's route. So you can always work your way along here quite comfortably on the intersection. Remember though, there's been a lot of slippage in this area recently. You will see that in a few minutes compared to the last time we were here. If you are one of our regulars on board, one of our foundation members, you will know exactly what I'm talking about in a few minutes time when you see out here. Very, very difficult to maneuver in pitch black this morning when it came up. It was really dark out here, but you know, I sort of like felt my way, and the path is a lot lighter, as you can see, than the outer surroundings, so it's a lot easier to follow. But I really want to show this section. We haven't been to Martins Bay for a very long time, so the opportunity to bring you here this morning is wonderful. As I said before, our co-star is back out with her phone. Well, not back out because she's still under house arrest, but she has her phone because every day she's getting a little more. This morning I will probably let her go onto the gallery because I do have fencing around the property, so I will still keep her under sort of like house arrest, but she'll be under gallery arrest today. But she has back her phone, as our conductor and Miss Kira would notice, because they yesterday stepped out of place thinking she still did not have her phone and received strikes, the first strikes for a long time. So you can see that the confinement and the restrictions that have been placed on our co-star have worked, because she's now beginning to get lethal with her strikes one more time. So any of you that are on there this morning, be wary. I see some people saying they're now tuning in. Well, I'm so sorry for that. All I can say is you missed about 3 hours of conversation, 4 hours of actual beauty. So you'll have to go back and rewind it later on, because you have missed a lot. So that is what happens when you get up late. You need to get up early on a morning, just in case, especially this time of year, because if the winds are light, this is the kind of place we want to show you. Right now, 𝗳𝗏𝗄𝗏 not too bad out here. 𝗳𝗏𝗄𝗏 seems to be more of the south area, and we are getting a little bit on the west, but very little. That's because the currents and stuff have all changed. But with this easterly wind that's coming now, I would imagine it will start coming back this way. Alright, so I will show you something that's very pretty at this stage again. Remember, ornamental fruit are not to be eaten, but this is quite pretty out here this morning. So this is actually for those people that love sea grapes, love the vision of sea grapes, because I honestly don't know anyone that can truly say they like the taste of sea grapes. They may say it, but that's only because they want to be fashionable and they want to fit in and they want people to like them. So they say sea grapes taste lovely, but that is not really so. The only way that people eat these here is because the nutritional fats are supposed to be coming with them. Otherwise, who would eat a bad tasting thing? If you have a cough, you would drink Buckley's. It tastes terrible, but it works, just like sea grapes. So if you're worried about your health, you may eat them, but that would be the only reason. You can see more of the coral stone all along this area here. In St. John, especially St. John and this St. John's Church and stuff, if you're coming down back of Hackton's Cliff, you'll see a lot of coral heads all over the place. It looks as though they should be on a beach. Well, one day I guess they were there, and that's why the soil is eaten around them. However, the island rose fast enough to preserve them. But there are a lot of them, as you will see, look exactly like what you'll find in Bathsheba inland, especially down Cove Bay. You'll see one down there as well. That would be a perfect picture stop for if you want to carry home a beach that's not a beach. But you can see them all here. You can also see nature, how nature operates. These trees are growing in the coral stone. So you can appreciate how nature is. Nature is a very powerful thing. Down here is just beautiful. Walking in this section here, I'm going to actually do the walk from here to where that point is in quietness. You all may have spring back home, but we also have some of our trees here that shed their leaves. You can see the colors of these here on your left. Very different because these are new leaves that are coming out. There are quite a few trees in the island that do that as well. You will see all the leaves all over the ground. It's not only because it's dry, it's just that time of year. But this is the type of example here of why never to give up. If this tree has lived and got through on this kind of surface, you understand no matter how rocky and how tough things get, we can do the same. We just have to look for the people around us to shelter us and help us, as the little bits of soil that it's found here have done. It's beautiful. Okay, I did say there's silence. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. Let me step back my 6 steps before somebody comes on here like you see great police, or one of those annoying people like Simon tell me, Nicholas, you said you were going to be quiet and then you went talking. Alright, so let's repeat that. Hold on a minute. Good morning to each and every one of you all. We'll be walking a slow section here. This section will be done in silence so that you can appreciate the peace and the beauty and the serenity that's out here. Here we go. Finishing it off with the real beauty, of course. Good morning to all of you all. Good morning to you, Jeanette with 2 N's. No, I'm going to be extremely careful because life has been granted to me that I never believed possible. And God continues to bless me with amazing people like you and everyone in here in my life. So everything is caution for me. Nothing I'm doing is going to be dangerous or risky. And that is the intention anyhow. But as you know, sometimes you go close to the edge. But we can be very, very careful. But thanks a lot for your care and everyone else's care. I'm going to give you a little more turn around now and then we'll talk about the erosion and stuff that's taking place. You do know that this has slipped even more. You have been here with me before. You have seen the undersoil or much better here. However, we were talking about this exact same area last time that we were up here. I'll tell you how narrow the path gets. So if you're going to be hiking in Barbados, firm recommendations are not to do it any wet, especially if you're on this section. Don't care what kind of boots you have, what kind of 4x4s, or what kind of money you invest in shoes, you will be slipping out here. Even with spiked shoes, I'm sure that will happen. So please be careful if you're coming out here. I would recommend doing this in a drier conditions. Of course, if your vacation doesn't permit you to wait until the drier conditions, well, you're going to have to take the opportunity otherwise. But please exercise major caution. I would recommend if it's raining not to do sections such as here, anywhere between here and Glen Burnie. Glen Burnie has a lot of slip-offs, and also around Conga Bay itself. Just be very, very careful, please, because you have one life here on this earth, so let's treasure that for sure. But you can see a lot of leaves are here. It's very deceiving of how close you are to the edge. For example, look at this tuft of leaves here, and that's all hollow. It's just balancing on roots, which would obviously not support yourself. But you can see how much slippage is happening here. We talked about the rocks in these general areas all along the beach section. That is because of what we talked about before, the rocks all embedded in the 𝗏𝗃 area here, and with the rains and with the winds and with the sea, that obviously is getting decayed and they're dropping into the ocean. You would know that originally when train lines, or you would have heard that when train lines came up through here, they would have been in these general areas here where you're seeing between those bigger rocks on the cliff section here. However, all that is gone now. Alright, so on we shall go again. This morning did some amazing forward limbo. I know a lot of you all think that limbo is done bending backwards, but you don't know the technique of forward limbo. But I did it this morning. An amazing feat, I must say myself. I came across here, I got stuck up in a tree. I said, no, I'm going back for that again. And rather than bend backwards, I bent forward. That is also a gold medal that I hold, forward limbo gold medal, certified in forward limbo. But you can see what these drop-offs are like. You don't want to be fooling around there to this, because you can quite easily go off this ridge. So if you are walking, please exercise caution. Always keep your eyes in front of you and look at the ground first. Then you can look around if it looks relatively safe. But keep your awareness up at all times, please. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful natural Barbados. I'm going to actually come down here. I'm going to give you a 20-second view. I know there's some obstacles in the way and stuff, but enjoy this little piece. We have some better ones coming. As you can appreciate, very soon this tree here that you're seeing, this almond tree you're seeing here, will not be here. Have a look under this section here and see what was happening. You see how all the root section is getting eaten out? This will be gone probably next time we come up here, I would imagine, or very close to that for sure. That's what's happening all along this ridge area here. Got a little bit of sprinkles I'm feeling coming through the trees, but we have some natural shelter in front of us, and also we have our SkyWater force field if we need it as well. Beautiful, beautiful area. There's also a cell tower just above here, but we won't be getting that at the moment. We will probably be picking up the one from further down on the east line or on the Hackton's Cliff area. Remember, we have carried all the Barbados that we can carry in live vlogs. There's just one section actually that remains. The signal, I'm not too sure about that, but we will not tell you where that is yet. We'll bring that as a surprise. All these trees, as you can see, are slipping down, but still holding a root formation. All the roots from around them, all bare and open. Yes, we're getting some showers of blessing. Thank you, God. Talk about heavenly views. That is one right there. Alright, onward again. I just put my hat off, just put it up, and I'm going to be pulling it back out. But don't worry, I can still talk when I'm doing that. I multitask. I can multitask. I am actually versed in that as well. Being able to do a million things at one time and do them all thoroughly. Unlike other people that will try and do a million things and only do them halfway, I do every one thoroughly. That's because I have been blessed with amazing skills. Now, many of you may not know, but there is an amazing right that comes in off of this reef here. A lot of people that have been into the Martins Bay area have surfed out here. There's a great right when you're getting some east swells are coming in, especially mid-tide. We'll show you another one a little further on down. But if you are enjoying rights and you want to be by yourself pretty much, come out here, because it's not a very heavily used area, but there are some perfect swells that are coming off of here. Any surfers online this morning would know what I'm talking about if they've ever adventured beyond the more popular breaks and enjoyed the other ones that are in the backgrounds. Beautiful out here, absolutely beautiful. The thing that's making it even more amazing for me is there are really no sea great bush in this area. I'm not seeing many of them. I'm seeing all other types of bush are surviving, almonds especially, but sea great population out here has dwindled. We made sure that a few weeks ago. We came out here by ourselves without the camera, and we decided we were going to share out some of our famous paraquat. If you're not sure what paraquat is, have a look at it and see what that is. Understand what's going on here. Okay, so this is one of the views here that we talked about. We have another one coming up in a minute, but this is one of the more scenic ones. 20 seconds, enjoy. Although there are a lot of clouds to the east of us right now, blocking some of the sun, rays are penetrating. You can see Chalky Mount beginning to light up. You can see all of the cliffs right down at Pico Tenerife and Cove Bay. They're also beginning to light up. They're the chalk cliffs that we refer to all the time. You can actually see Morgan Lewis Beach beginning to light up as well, Walker's Beach, and some of the homes in this area, but a lot of these right now having some showers going on, so still a little bit dark, but we're going to get on to that in a little bit for you. Don't want to just show you the scenic view looking that way. I want to show you how beautiful this coastline is. Although it's very rugged, this is just stunning. Please, please, please exercise caution. You can see all here is very, very weak, so if you're coming out here, please exercise caution. Don't put your weight on a tree and say, well, that tree will hold me up, because more likely the tree will not have a very strong base either. So please be extremely cautious. We don't want any problems in Barbados. We want you to have a good time, we want you to explore, but we want you to be safe. Alright, backward on our route again. This is absolutely stunning. I love to walk through areas such as this. As you can see, there's no one around. It is just peace and serenity and nature. That's what I'm absorbing this morning. That's what I love to be in. Time to reflect, time to give thanks, time to appreciate the life that I've been granted on this earth. Along this section here, noticeable changes. A lot of the outer section has gone, has decayed off or been eroded off. And you will see again an example of how many rocks and how much actual cliff area has been moved by the amount of rocks that you're seeing here that have been taken out of that embedded cliff. Just beautiful, stunning, stunning views. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏, haven't been here for a little while. I used to come here quite often, but signals sort of like ran me. Then we had an issue with lots of strong winds around March and April, kite flying winds, just too strong for the East Coast. This morning we're trying with this dead cat mic. We're using a different mic this morning. We have some surprises coming up for you in the near future. We won't let that cat hold the bag right now, but we do have some surprises and some things for you to look forward to. Here are some of the old remaining supports for some of the train line. You'll find these all along the East Coast. In Bath, you can actually walk on them like bridges. This is very similar as well. We do have some areas below for drainage, but this is actually one of the original ones here. Beautiful, beautiful structures. And here we go. This is another one of the views I promised you, and the sun has left us the option of doing it because it has a little bit of overcast. Another 20 seconds for you. Lots of 20 seconds today. Enjoy this one. Just beautiful. Timekeeper, if you're on board this morning, keep a check for me, because I'm not counting. I'm too lazy this morning. I don't feel in the mood to count anything at all. So if I'm wrong, you can let me know I'm wrong, and if I'm right, you can also let me know I'm right, and you can applaud me for my silence this morning. Lots of homes on the ridges above here. You will find the entrance to get to that area across that top ridge as you're coming down, halfway down the entrance, or the third entrance to 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏. 3 entrances to 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏, one to the western side as if you're coming from 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Then we have, well, there's one that comes down opposite the turn off. It'll take you up to St. John's Church, but it forks off into 2, which makes it the third, 1, 2, and 3. But this place is just beautiful. And being at this tide now, low tide today, somewhere around 8 o'clock or so. I can't remember the exact time, but I do know it's around that time. So we're getting a chance to see areas that we would not normally see, and coral that we would not normally see because of the lower tide. And this is what I also like to do, especially when I'm coming to areas that are affected a lot by the higher tides. Not only to walk the beaches, but to also show you these kind of beautiful views as well. Just stunning. Now every time I pass this bench, I always say I do not know why these guys have not turned the bench the other way on the trees that are over to the left side, because the view to me is out to the ocean. However, if they live here all day long, that's what they see every morning whenever they wake up. But you can see it's called Joe's Bench. Not too sure who Joe is, but this is known as Joe's Bench. You'll find more of these here all over the place, just with some stones and planks and stuff that they've found around and built them. Nothing, no real elaborate benches, just beautiful. We're going to sit in the bench here and we're going to look and see what they look at. So let us enjoy us from here. I'm going to give you a 360 from here and let you enjoy what your vision would be if you were sitting down on this bench. typical East Coast sounds. You hear some crows, or some cocks again, a crow. You've heard some dogs. Just the sounds of the beautiful East Coast Island, very different. You know, that's the beauty of Barbados. You cannot, literally cannot compare the coastlines. Everyone has its pluses to it. I'll tell you which is the best one already, has the south, but a lot of people disagree with that because some people prefer this type of conditions to live in. Some people love the West Coast conditions to live in and swim in. However, all of them just breathtakingly stunning. See more benches are creeping their way up here as well. Some people are just putting some stuff to sit on and stuff, and also looks so they're maybe doing a little garden bed here as well. Could have got 2 sets of rocks and then some soil in between. We're gonna try and make our way down onto the beach for as much as we can. Right now, to get down there is gonna take a hop, skip, and a jump, and I am not gonna be doing that this morning because I just don't feel that mood. As I started to say, I'm just too lazy. Came through here this morning, pitch black, absolutely black. It was perfect though. I mean, the serenity and the peace that I get in the morning. Remember, folks, this is not just for the beauty of Barbados. I share this is for my healing as well. The peace and serenity and being out here with nature and finding God and everything around me is what makes my day thrilling. It starts my day. It's what has healed me in the past and what continues to heal me every day. It's just like if you were sick and you had to take medication, every day you have to take your dose of medication. This is my dose of medication. The beauty that God has given me and surrounds me with. Alright, being going down this little embankment here. If you skip and slip, don't worry about it. I am skilled. You all know that I'm certified in every sport in Barbados, and one of the major sports in Barbados and in the world actually. One of the major sports is a sport that is called fall and get back up. That is a gold medal for me as well. A lot of you have never competed in that, I'm sure. You usually fall and don't get back up so quickly, stumble and roll and everything, but I'm sort of like a spring chicken. I will fly around and come back up in the blink of an eye. And right now we're around coconut trees, so you don't have to put the coconut tree in your vision. So that will tell you how skilled I am to be perching on this angle and doing that incredible task. That will give you an understanding of how incredible the Bajan warrior is. Not only is he beautiful, not only does he have a magical baritone voice, not only is he handsome and a kind person, but he's also gifted in the arts of all these amazing stunts that I'm pulling. Remember what stunts you're seeing being performed here this morning. Do not perform these at home. These are being performed by a highly skilled and decorated veteran of all type of athletic activities. So don't try these here by yourself because you may not end up as successful as I have. I want to bring you down this beach, y'all. I want to show you the kind of formation of all the rocks below here. This is all reef under here, reef and rocks. Just as you're seeing up in the upper bank here, this is what lays right below. There's no sand in this area at all. However, we do have a little bit of a gravelly beach here. A lot of y'all may be saying, oh, that's a perfect beach. No, we don't like perfect beaches with gravel on them in Barbados. We like them to be soft and powdery sand. As you can see, the upper section is here. Really beautiful. There's a little bit of sargassum in. See the color of it. Nothing like what it has been over the last few years. However, we're still early in the season. Later in the season, if it continues to be as it was before, you will not see any sand here or any rocks here because it will be covered in sargassum. Actually, you won't see any reef in the inside section here because it will also be covered in sargassum. The water will be brown from the decaying weed. Okay, I'm going to give you a circle up from right here. I'm going to walk right out, and I have on our 4x4s today, so swimming is unlikely. I don't may pull them off later on just to annoy you all and go in the water, but I will give you your circle of love from the beach. First one for the morning. because of the lower tides, we actually look as though we can walk right through on the beach, which is going to be wonderful. Now you may see some litter and garbage around this area. That happens in two ways. People at the coastline may throw it off the cliff. People out in boats that are passing may throw it off. You'll also find a lot of this here coming from inland when there are heavy rains. Any loose debris or garbage around the place washes down the hills as well. This is actually a lot better than I have seen it in the past. Many times I've come down here and really had to hold my head low and couldn't understand what was going on. However, obviously some folks have been doing some cleaning and things because the beach actually is in great condition for the eastern side. I say my blood is on board. I know I'm on your side of the island, my brother. Good to see you on this morning. Please say hi to Cuz for me. She is so annoying. I think you can leave her off the screen this morning though. If she does have her phone, please take it from her. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Today is not anything about history. Today is just about nature and enjoying the beauty around us. It is absolutely stunning. Remember that tomorrow we will not be broadcasting. Tomorrow is a day, I had to call it an off day unless we pull a surprise party office work. I'm not too sure if we're going to do that, but right now tomorrow looks like it'll be an off day. But we will still put something up there. You can come on and say hello to your friends and family and loved ones. We won't leave you alone, not for a second. We promise you 7 days a week of bringing beauty to Barbados to you. Then on Thursday we will be going to 𝗃𝗃 community. It's up in St. Philip. I cannot remember the name of the place right now, but I do know where it is. It is just to the north or the northeast of King George V Memorial Park. Lots of parking at King George V in case it gets sticky and tight around where the venue is. There's plenty of parking by St. George V Memorial Park, so there's no reason for not coming. It is a beautiful, beautiful country queue tomorrow. It is in a smaller shop, but it does have a nice little dance floor, and last time I was up there they had great tenting. So good morning to 𝗃𝗃 community. Good morning to all of the family and friends of our crew, family and friends. You know, they're a major part of my life. They have been for many, many years. They're the ones where I started to find my way back by joining their love of life and their partying and pleasures. You know, it's not that I was their age at all. It just is they have so much experience. I'm not calling them old because I got to go and walk with them on Thursday afternoon, and you all are not putting me in that situation. But they have more experience than me, a lot more experience than me. Very similar to the Sea Great Police. Don't mind, unfortunately, she has learned slowly, so she doesn't know anything really right now about too much. But good morning to Sea Great Police, sending my love to you from Barbados. Just beautiful. Oh, somebody wants a 20-second behind me. Well, I don't know how long ago that message came up. So we'll do something a little further on for you. I see him as though I do a lot of 20 seconds though. People not saying give me EMC photo op, they're saying give me a 20-second. That means that I must have this perfected this morning. A few years back this gable was put up here because the road was slipping, and this was to protect the road or reinforce. Could always had a little build up here, but very much heavier now. Remember, all of these here are put in by hand, these rocks and stuff, and just like anything else in this world that man creates, it will also only have a lifespan, a particular lifespan. You can see clearly that this section here is already burst out, and some of the rocks have come out as well. Now all of these, or majority of this rock here, would have been found on the beaches here, I am sure, because these beaches are full of it. Just lovely. Martin's Bay, very popular fish fry on a Thursday. I haven't been on here for quite a few years. I used to like the old tavern. The tavern here is still very nice now, food is great, but the atmosphere of the little small shuttle home shop was amazing. As I said, I haven't been on here for a little while, but down here is one of the heavier populated areas on Thursday. That's their Fish Friday. You can't get fish every day of the week down here, but that is their real fish day. You will not find parking down here if you come down late. So I would recommend, if you are coming over, just give them a call. Find out what time, if they have any entertainment on, or just give them a call and get their recommendation of time, because down here gets extremely busy. You cannot find a park down here, and that is no joke. Beautiful morning, sun is beginning to come up. Look at everything beginning to awaken. In the distance, we're not going to go down that far because that's at the very end of this walk here. Just beyond the White House, it's glowing right now in the sun. You will see more gabling. There's a residence down there that has been built that has terraced that entire area. It is absolutely beautiful, just stunning. They have steps that go down to the beach, and as I said, they've terraced off the area, so anyone in that area, their views and visions and experiences have been enhanced tremendously. As you can see, our wagon comfortably parked in her usual VIP car park section for down here. A lot of signs up there about tsunamis and stuff. We pray to God that will never happen. However, you must keep your alerts about you if you see some radical changes, if you see conditions around you, see receding or anything like that, please take cautionary measures. Like, in other words, run for the hills. If you're on the beach and you see the sea start to go back 10, 12, 15 feet, forget your towels, forget your beach bags, pick up your children though, and run for the hills, please. It's called tsunami warnings. They are all over the island. They're stationed on the west coast, they're stationed on this side of the island as well. Quite a few warnings and stuff of where to go to. Simple rule of thumb is run to the highest elevation. So scatter and dig out. Alright, we can do another 360 or circle of love for you from right here. I'll step a little further down and then I'm going to go and sit in this church pew that has been put out here for me this morning. Every time I come here, it seems as though they bring it out here for me. I don't believe it's here like 7 days a week. I think it's only when they hear that the Bajan warriors coming on, they put the pew on the beach. But anyhow, we're going to give you this circle, then we can do a little more walking. It's getting up the hour, but I really don't mind because we have no vlog tomorrow and I want to share this beauty with you. I don't want to shortcut you today. Here we go. Oh goodness, is that not just gorgeous this morning? I mean, stunning. Just to show you, we don't actually stop here. I want to take it on a little further, but this is where the pew is. They had a couple of them down here on the beach. I only see one right now, but if you want somewhere to just sit and relax and drift away into the beautiful nature around here, this is a place you can do so for sure. A lot of these poles, you will see, these are fishing poles that have actually been put, or these are tubings that have been put, whole fishing rods on these trees. So I would imagine like when there's a lot of sargassum and stuff, they may be fishing from there rather than down on the beach. But look at the amount of rocks on this beach, but how beautiful it is, huh? Alright, so what I'm going to do is for you, I'm going to let you watch this for a minute, and I'm going to put something here for you as well, just to remind you all of who we are and what we do. Enjoy this little bit of peace and serenity, beach level style. I'll go a little further down for you to get away from that mound, and keep an eye on it and make sure that the sea doesn't come and catch it. But here you go, you're going to get 20 seconds here. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of peace, because that's the last bit you may have for the day. And this is what I wanted to do for you, just to remind you of who we are. EMC, Early Morning Crew, all about love, and it's all about we. Not me, not you, all about we. That's what we all represent. So this morning, that is your logo to remind you of who you are and remind you of your role that you play. That's to bring love to the entire world and all of those around you. Alright, I see our guest. We have not seen him for a long time. But as everybody knows, he has crossed the board, very similar to our co-star. He is now one of my definite crew. Co-star is as well, don't mind she does it discreetly. You would have noticed yesterday her wrath when she shared those strikes on those two people. And then she turned around and said, "I'm so sorry to 𝗲𝗂𝗃. Don't mind she did it with a laughter, because I could hear her laughter from where I was, and I was not even near her at the time. But I could hear her laughing, and 𝗲𝗃𝗃 was fooled by that as well. Once again, more teachings from 𝗲𝗃𝗃. Knowing how to insult people without them realizing it, so they think you're the sweetest person in the world. Now, we did say we talk about another surf break. I'll do it very slowly for you. Lather Rock, which is the highest rock you're seeing in the center of the camera now. You can see left peeling off of the actual rock itself when there's especially a northerly swell, when you would get that angle perfect out here. you can get some exceptional rides out here. It's a shorter ride, but very, very hollow, and it is very tricky as well. It can be termed as dangerous, so if you're coming down here to surf, please exercise caution, because some of the coral heads out there actually pop up in front of you at the lower tides. So that is another place called Lather Rock. And then we have, I can't remember the exact name for the break, it's just over here. I call it Martin's Bay, but there is a special name for it. Hopefully there's someone on here like George or somebody else that can enlighten you as to the name of the break. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely stunning. This is, I'm not sure if it's still owned by it, but this was David Thompson's home. It's owned by his wife. That was our former Prime Minister, one of our Prime Ministers. They still own this as far as I know. And then below is the little fish market as well. We're not getting up by the Bay Tavern this morning. What I would like to say is that Bay Tavern is the name of the location down here. So if you look up Bay Tavern or Google it and see what they have to offer, it is known as a fish fry place in Barbados, especially on the east coast of the island. They also have Bay Lounge. Junior also owns up there as well. That's in the cliffs overlooking the east coast of the island. Just beautiful. So both facilities offer a similar type of menu. So you can also look that up as well. That's Bay Lounge or Bay Tavern. A little rocky conditions here going up towards the fish market, but we're going to make our way up. You know why? Because I'm the Bajan warrior and I can do it. Most of you probably would not be able to. If I had our care team with me, or I should say our Spice Girls with me this morning, I would have to be holding their hands and guiding them up here. But don't mind that. I am a gentleman. I do not believe that chivalry has died at all. Chivalry has not died, but this crab certainly has. Sorry buddy, you had a much better day, but don't mind, you're still going into stardom. You will always be on YouTube, so therefore you will be a star. But he's been waiting for us a long time. I said I was going to come down about 2 months ago, and he obviously came out to show off himself to us, and unfortunately he has remained here rather than go back in his hole. Sorry for him, but don't mind. We're still happy to see him this morning. Small fishing town. I remember years ago, lots of boats with some more here, a lot of little Moses, and they used to fish from here. I don't see much of that anymore. I guess it's because of the sea conditions and the sargassum, especially the sargassum, because that is becoming a big problem for a lot of fishermen, especially on the eastern coast. 𝗃𝗍𝗄 fish market, that's gone. That doesn't even really exist. Just a shell of it. It's not functional. There's absolutely no way that you can really fish from 𝗃𝗍𝗄 for majority year. Concept Bay and the Thunder as well. They have situations of where the sargassum is sitting there like carpets, and they actually have to use paddle boards to get out the boats because the engines can't come through it. So it's a very, very tough time for fishermen in Barbados, especially around this time of year. This time of year, as you know as well, a lot of boats will be hauling up because it's hurricane season, and rather wait until the mad rush, if a system does come through, a lot of them will come up for maintenance. Therefore, you will find that fish will also increase in cost at this time of the year. Right, so I wore my 4x4s, but you know what? We're going to take you for a little dip in the sea. So if I'm going to leave you here for a second, I'm going to look for a really nice vantage point for you to view, and then we're going to take off these 4x4s and we're going to go for a little swim right here in this section. It's probably the only section for swimming, or not swim, but go and dip in along this section of the coastline. It's not somewhere that is sand-based, so just be extremely careful. I'll be putting you down here for a second and giving you the best place that I can find right now for a 20-second view of this gorgeous area. So here we go. I'm going to be settling you down for a few seconds while I remove my shoes, and then we'll say goodbye in the ocean this morning, depending on how rough it is when we get out there, but we'll try and do our best for you. So enjoy this seconds of silence, peace, quiet and serenity from Martin's Bay and St. John. I did tell you all this morning to bring your swimsuits just in case. Likelihood of swimming over here was very unlikely because I thought there'd be a lot more sargassum. Now, I know I have self-proclaimed baby feet, but I'm going to walk across this here for you all, so you all understand the sacrifices that I will take for our EMC family. So here we go. Let's start walking around. This is not too bad this morning. Yeah. Cheese on bread. So let me put on my force fields on my feet though. Hold a sec. Okay, we're all in place now. There we go. Right, so as you see, no sand up here at all. We're just basically going to walk in on the coral. coral rocks, and we'll just say our farewells here, bringing you to the end of this beautiful day of vlogging. I hope you all had a good time with us. I know that you may have got up early this morning, thought you would get up early and then found, hey, they're online already. Well, that is your fault. I'm not going to lay the blame on anyone but yourself. I'm not laying the blame on me, that's for sure. So you should have been up earlier this morning, so you could have come and spent the morning with us. But if you were not up early, you can always go back and rewind and see it later on and see the beautiful comments everybody made this morning. Everyone was saying Nicholas is so lovely and so handsome and so kind, and what a lovely gentleman he is. And if you did not see that, you did not start back early enough, or maybe the vlog didn't start up in time, that also remains a possibility as well. So here we go, 360 in the water. This is your little bit for the morning. Don't worry, the seafaring Bajan warrior shall handle it. Do not worry about the waves. I have got them under control. I only sort of like set up other people when they're with me. I usually take care of myself well, as you would have seen just now. Strange sign. This sign here, just want to point out before we go, read it a little bit for you because you may not be able to read it from there. Now that all of you all may not be blessed with the intelligence that I have, that I can read big words, words that are more than 4 letters. And it says, notice Fisheries Division accepts no responsibility or liability for the loss or theft from or damage to any vehicle or any other transportation on these premises whatsoever or whosoever such loss, theft or damage may incur. So I just like to let you know that is facing the ocean. I hope it's a two-sided sign because I'm not too sure how many people come to Martins Bay from the ocean, but I'm not sure why they would have put all that money into a sign to be two-sided to put on this location. Maybe they should not get generic. Maybe you should think and try and save a little bit of cost, but anyhow, no problem. We are able to see it this morning because we are in the sea. All along here, coconut trees have fallen. Just below these rocks here, we will hopefully one of these days continue in that section. I'll show you the kind of serious damage along this coastline that has occurred, especially over the last few years. Most of the trees along that coast section there have dropped or are on the way down as all the surface soil around them has gone. Anyway, again, thank you for joining us this morning. I'm standing on a coral reef barefoot, so I hope there are no congas in this area or anything like that, but it's not a problem. If they bite my foot, they shall lose their teeth, and then you will be safe to come in the water next time. Thank you for joining us this morning in Barbados. Thank you for waking on our beautiful rock place we call heaven. Some call it paradise, some call it home. For any of you that are on the island right now, I know of 2 people that I'm going to try and visit today on the south side. You've chosen well by going to the south. Do not let the sargassums being dropped by the captains on the trawlers from the west coast deter you. So of course it's beautiful even when it has sargassum. We call that an extra beauty. It's like having a Christmas tree with decorations. Without sargassum, there are no decorations. So the sargassum we consider as being a summer decoration and like a Christmas decoration. So to each and every one of you all, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know, I've seen the signs, I've seen the messages. Relax, hold on, I ain't gonna do that to you. Hold on a second, hold on. I am here. I know you all are again really nervous and losing your calmness because you thought you would not see me again for today. But I would never do that to you all because I know you all love to see me, and I mean, who would not? I love to see myself and I judge everyone by myself. I'm a good behaved person, I judge with being good behaved. I call myself a responsible person because I think you're also responsible. I call myself a handsome, amazing and intelligent person because you think that I am that way. I know that for sure. And you all have a fantastic day. Blessings and peace from Barbados. I extend my love to you. The only message that we ever give on EMC, we may use different words, but the message that we come with is we love you. The love that we have for you is genuine. It's not a Facebook imagery that we are creating. This is how we are. Any of you that have come and met us here in Barbados or met your family in Barbados, EMC family, will know that we are the real deal. We are not here to make friends. We're not here to pretend that we love you. We're not here to show you Barbados' beauty and then walk away and chups and quarrel with everybody inside. We are genuine people. And this is the path that we are on. We're walking together. No one walks behind us. No one walks in front of us. There are no leaders and there are no trailers. We walk together as one big family. Hope you all have enjoyed this morning. We'll not be seeing you all tomorrow unless something comes up where I think you all should see it. And if that is the case, you shall get your notification. If not, I'll see you on Thursday around 4:30ish up in St. Philip, where we'll be at Q in the community with our Q family, and we'll be sharing the love and the Barbadian hospitality that we are all proudly known for. Have a great day. Love you all. Blessings and peace from Barbados.